Hi, I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Kevin.
And we're here to
Shake 'em up,
Detroit style. So we are very grateful to be guests on the Shake 'em Up series here. So thank you to Michael and Linda for inviting us. And we are here to share towards the end of summer a couple of our favorite summer cocktails. Now, both of these are being made with a liqueur called Aperol.
One of our favorites.
Yes, and I actually first had this in Italy, and as an Aperol Spritz, which is what I'm showing today. And it's originated in 1919 in Padua, Italy, which is about 30 minutes west of Venice. And it has a citrusy, orangey, rhubarby kind of flavor. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit bitter. And you can get it pretty much anywhere. I mean, they have it at Target, for goodness sakes. So I'm going to show you the classic Aperol Spritz, which is actually not only the first time I had Aperol, but the first cocktail I had in Italy as well.
It was also our signature drink at our wedding.
Yes. So I'm using Kevin's Heisey Rosalie iced tea glass here because there is quite a bit of liquid in here and you want a big enough glass. So the traditional Aperol Spritz recipes usually have quite a bit of Aperol in it because, especially if you look on the bottle, they want to sell a lot of Aperol. I find that's a little bit too strong as far as the flavor profile, so I tend to go a little bit lighter on it. So I think a lot of recipes usually say like 2 ounces of Aperol. I'm only going to put in about 1 ounce here. And a lot of this is to taste, and once you try it, you may decide you want a little bit more, a little bit less. So that's the first part. Now the second aspect is Prosecco. So for the Prosecco, I'm going to pour in about 4 ounces.
You can sort of watch as the orange color gets diluted. Find the color that you're looking for.
Right. And then I'm going to add in some ice here from our matching Heisey Rosalie ice bucket. And then there are 2 traditional garnishes with an Aperol Spritz. One is appropriate in my book, and that is an orange slice because it reinforces the orange flavor. You will go to Italy and find that people put green olives in an Aperol Spritz, and to me that is a big no-no. Now, finally, the last ingredient that we're going to top this off with is club soda, and we are using the Detroit brand of Faygo. And you don't need a whole lot of this, you know, ounce and a half, 2 ounces, whatever is just going to kind of float to the top here.
We find that the club soda
Spritz.
kind of cuts the sweetness of the Aperol a little bit more.
So there you have a nice Aperol Spritz cocktail. Very nice and effervescent, great for a summer evening, and because of the club soda, you can drink a lot more of them because there's less alcohol content. And by the way, Aperol is actually pretty low in alcohol content compared to like a Campari. This is actually only like 11 or 12% alcohol. So, I mean, this is fizzing right now, and I feel like the time, you know, you make your cocktail, it's gonna go flat. So I'm just gonna like start drinking away here while you make the next one.
Please do. So for my cocktail, I am going to be making a rhubarb blush. And this cocktail germinated from the fact that Jonathan bought this little bottle of rhubarb bitters, but we didn't have a recipe. And so we were looking for a recipe that would use the bitters. And we found one that includes our favorite, Aperol, but also other liquors that you have around the house. And so the nice thing about this recipe is it's very easy to remember. It's all equal parts. So we're gonna make this together. This is actually a shaken cocktail. So I'm gonna start with our cocktail shaker, and I'm gonna fill it to about halfway with ice.
And is this a Heisey cocktail shaker?
If we name the penguin Heisey, then yes. So this is all equal parts, like I said. So we're gonna start with 1 ounce of our Aperol. That's going right in here. And then just save time, we have 1 ounce of London dry gin. You can use the brand of your choice, but make sure it's London dry. And lime juice, 1 ounce of lime juice. So it's 1, 1, and 1.
And fresh lime juice, not that stuff you get in a bottle. That's disgusting.
Absolutely not. So that's good to go. I'm gonna put it in the shaker here, put the top on, and I'm gonna shake it.
Talk amongst yourselves.
All right. Ugh. Good. All right. So don't forget the rhubarb bitters. Now that it's shaken, I'm gonna add a couple right in the top here, a couple dashes. Finish it up here.
Now, Kevin, is there a reason why you'd add the bitters at the end as opposed to at the beginning?
You know, one thing that I discovered over time is that the bitters tend to dissipate if they're put in too early. So I like to put them at the very end, that way you still get that rhubarb essence. So I put them at the end. You can all put them in together. It's whatever you want. Now, not only is this cocktail shaken, it's also served over ice. It's supposed to be served very cold. So in my beautiful Heisey Minuet tumbler.
Whose Minuet tumbler?
Our.
Mine.
Your. I'm going to fill with ice. That's probably good. And then this is a built-in strainer. Going to go right over. And you can see that the Aperol orange really comes through here. But it's not quite as strong as his.
Yeah.
This is why they call it a blush. And then just like the Aperol Spritz, it's suggested that you garnish with an orange slice. Again, because it plays very nicely with the Aperol. And there is your rhubarb blush.
So, cheers without clinking glasses, because we don't do that with our Heisey. No. Another really good tip too, especially for that, if you're looking to make a really cold cocktail, keep in mind that liquors don't freeze. So, I mean, put your gin in the freezer, you know, either for a couple hours or overnight, and that'll keep it nice and cold.
Yep. And as you can see, we're using our Heisey. Yep. Make sure you use your Heisey, and don't hesitate to
shake them up. Cheers.
See you next time.